If, in this one lifetime, we could loosen our grip on comparison, measure a little less, calculate a little less, resent a little less, and practice more forgiveness, more understanding, more giving, then each morning would feel like a true beginning, and the world itself might soften into peace. A human life passes quickly. Fame and profit shimmer like heat haze, impressive from a distance, empty when you arrive. The winds people chase can glitter loudly and still disappear overnight. If we step beyond that mirage, beyond applause and status and the hunger to be seen, we begin to touch what is real. The quiet weight of conscience, the steadiness of character, the warmth that remains when noise is gone. When life becomes tangled, try solving it lightly, quietly. Many knots tighten because we tug at them in panic. Not every problem needs to be fought. Some need to be understood, then released. Learn to ask, with gentle honesty, is this truly necessary? Is this worth the cost to my spirit? The heart is not made to carry everything. Pack your inner luggage neatly and the journey becomes freer. Yield the road when you can. It saves you from needless jostling. Lift your eyes a little farther. You may notice the rainbow after the rain. What you call delay may be the universe protecting you from an unnecessary collision. In truth, the most beautiful scenery is not what the eyes can capture, but what the heart is able to feel. The eye can be fooled. The heart, when clear, recognizes what is genuine. Deep affection does not always need a declaration. It reveals itself in how we act, in the patience we offer, in the way we show up when it would be easier not to. Some people speak sweetly and do little. Some speak little and carry you through storms. Over time, life teaches us to trust the language of deeds. If you learn to notice people's strengths, if you treat each matter as holding its own meaning, life becomes strangely joyful and the world surprisingly kind. But if you meet life with a troubled mind, everything becomes an obstacle, every encounter a grievance, every day a burden. Often what we call the world is simply the shape our mind gives it. The same wind can feel like a harsh slap or a cool blessing, depending on the fever in the heart. The same silence can feel like abandonment or peace, depending on what you are demanding from the moment. Many people wish to become more beautiful. Yet, the surest path is inward. Keep the heart clear and gentle. Keep the spirit light and warm. That kind of beauty calms others. It does not exhaust, it invites. It is the beauty of a person who is not constantly at war with others, with fate, with themselves. It is a quiet fragrance that does not need advertisement. It is the kind of beauty that ages well because it is not built on youth but on grace. What comes to us today is often the echo of what we once set in motion, and what we do now becomes tomorrow's consequence. Life flows like a stream, one moment carrying into the next. When we understand this, we reduce much of our bitterness. We complain less, blame less, and meet adversity without endlessly resenting heaven or people. We begin to see that much of what we call luck is actually the ripening of choices, sometimes our own, sometimes others. Understanding this does not make life perfectly fair, but it makes the heart steadier. It helps us stop wasting energy on rage and start investing it in response. Each life is given only once. Long or short, it unfolds day by day, sometimes bright, sometimes dim, step by step, sometimes forward, sometimes back. No one is perfect. No work is flawless. When you meet petty people, don't compete with them. Calculation breeds only more vexation. When you face knotty problems, don't cling too tightly. Fixation drains the spirit. The world is wide, the human heart complicated. How could we avoid small-mindedness, disappointment, or misunderstanding? Think just enough. See wide enough. Resolve what must be resolved, then smile softly and keep going. There is a wisdom in being just enough. Enough effort, enough care, enough courage. Too little becomes negligence. Too much becomes obsession. Many people suffer not because they do nothing, but because they overdo, overthink, overfeel, overcontrol. The mind, when overused, becomes a tyrant. It calls worry responsibility and calls suspicion wisdom. But the quiet heart knows many things cannot be forced. They ripen when conditions mature. If there is no sun, listen to the wind. If there are no flowers, breathe the scent of open fields. If there is no applause, learn to taste quiet. Time turns, months and years shift. Don't brood, don't obsess. Keep the heart light. Walk gently. Protect sincerity. When emotion surges, pause, inhale, and change the air inside you. When hardship arrives, steady yourself, reflect, and adjust your view. When you fail, try again and rebuild confidence. Learn to face yourself honestly, forgive your own mistakes, and let each day pass in peace. Sincerity is not a performance, it is a posture. Humility is not self-erasure. It is knowing that you are one thread in a vast cloth. When you work with humility, you stop needing constant praise. When you live with sincerity, you stop needing elaborate masks. This is not weakness, it is freedom. Hope is not always the starting point. Often it is the result. We do not persevere because we have hope. Hope is born because we persevere. We do not seize opportunities because they are guaranteed. They appear because we refuse to let go. We do not act because we fully understand. Understanding deepens because we act. We do not become mature before responsibility. We mature through carrying it. We are not truly rich because we possess much. We become rich in the deeper sense because we know how to share. Gratitude is not only a response to kindness, it is a door through which kindness returns. Yet perseverance should not be confused with stubbornness. There is a perseverance that is noble, and a stubbornness that is merely pride. Noble perseverance holds to what is meaningful. Stubbornness clings to what is merely desired. The difference is subtle but decisive. One expands the heart, the other constricts it. Sometimes the bravest act is not pressing forward, but turning back from a path that is poisoning you. Sometimes wisdom looks like letting go. So much suffering comes from one simple mistake: neglecting our own lives while managing everyone else's, worrying about what lies beyond our reach. If you want calm freedom, do the work that belongs to you. Don't pry into other people's business. Don't stir up the affairs of heaven and earth. As children, happiness is simple. As adults, simplicity becomes happiness. Simplicity is not poverty. It is clarity. It is choosing what nourishes the spirit and releasing what merely inflames it. The mind that is crowded cannot be peaceful. The life that is overfilled cannot be light. Let your days breathe. Let your schedule have silence in it. Let your heart have room to recover, so that we do not waste this one lifetime. Do the work that you truly want to do, and love what you truly want to love. But also remember, what you truly want should be examined gently, because desire often wears disguises. Sometimes we want what will impress others and call it our dream. Sometimes we want what will numb our pain and call it love. The heart becomes wise when it can tell the difference between craving and calling. We suffer because our expectations swell and disappointment follows. Dreams set too far away collapse. We store too much inside and cannot speak. Some people cannot be forgotten because we never truly released them. Others must be forgotten because they were never worth holding. And do not trust your eyes too much. Sometimes what we see is what we want to see, and what we dislike is quietly ignored. The one who is misunderstood loses little. The one who misunderstands others loses chances they may never recover. We imagine we are masters of our lives, forgetting that life is built through the cooperation of countless people. Nothing you eat, wear, read, or touch exists without hidden hands. This realization humbles the ego and softens the attitude. It makes gratitude more natural than complaint. And do not trade your future for small profits in front of your eyes. What you gain through another's sacrifice is rarely stable. The world has a quiet arithmetic. What is taken unfairly returns as unrest. What is earned with integrity returns as peace. Life is short. Too short to spend even a minute on people and things that poison the heart. If the final outcome has not arrived, smile and keep walking. If you meet someone on the road, offer a little warmth. Give yourself optimism during storms. When you know how to love life and to harmonize gently with what comes, joy spreads outward without force. Life is not a race, it is a journey. A race fixes its gaze on the finish line. A journey asks you to notice the scenery. When the weather inside you is good, the landscape outside becomes beautiful too. No matter how difficult today is, remember, yesterday cannot return, but tomorrow will come. With friends and family, clever words are not required. Simple sincerity is enough. Grand vows are not required. Do what you say. Endless comparisons of gain and loss are not required. Mutual understanding is enough. Suspicion is not required. Empathy and trust are enough. Haste is not required. Patience and tolerance are enough. Clinging without space is not required. If you hold one another in the heart, it is enough. Dramatic intensity is not required. Loyalty and steadiness are enough. Luxury is not required. Peace and health are enough. Yet even in love, wisdom needs boundaries. A gentle heart does not mean a careless heart. Compassion does not require self-destruction. To be kind does not mean to tolerate harm. Some relationships are seasons. They teach you, then pass. Some people are mirrors. They reveal what you must heal. If you try to keep what must leave, you will bleed. If you learn to release what must go, you will grieve, but you will also breathe. Choose your work well, and you shape accomplishment. Choose your friends well, and you shape wisdom. Choose your environment well, and you shape joy. Choose a kindred spirit, gentle and good, and you shape happiness. Choose an optimistic way of living, and you shape serenity. But remember that choice also includes choosing your attitude. You may not choose every storm, but you can choose your stance in it. You may not control the sea, but you can learn how to sail. Often, our loneliness is not because no one understands us, but because we cannot release something in our own heart. True friends are rare, hard to find, hard to keep, hard to forget. You don't need to perform or conceal yourself. Those who understand will recognize you. And don't pour out your whole heart the moment you meet someone. Some faces smile warmly, while the mind behind them keeps a different story. Trust should be offered slowly, like water poured into a cup, enough to refresh, not enough to flood. Live lightly, because everything is impermanent. Learn to govern your moods, and you can find calm even in chaos. No matter how much sorrow you've endured, it will drift into the past. Nothing is eternal. Half of life is memory. The other half is continuing forward. Return what is unhappy to yesterday. Give today your faith. Give tomorrow your effort. Each matter has its answer. If you have tried your best, you do not need to drown in worry. Follow causes and conditions. Let life unfold. Following conditions does not mean surrendering your will. It means seeing clearly what the moment asks for and responding without forcing. It means recognizing that timing is also a kind of wisdom. Some doors open only when you stop pounding on them and learn to listen. Some solutions arrive only when you put down the frantic mind and let the deeper intelligence breathe. Don't judge others. Another person's goodness does not reduce your share of fragrance. Don't debate morality as if you stand above it. Don't evaluate someone's family. It is not your affair. Don't belittle education. What most people lack is genuine understanding. Don't waste money thoughtlessly. Tomorrow may bring hardship. Don't be arrogant. The future can humble anyone. Don't rely too much on others. Everyone carries their own burdens. Don't harm people. Consequences arrive in their season. Don't spend your life envying others. Wealth does not guarantee peace. Don't declare who is happy. Happiness is like drinking water. Only the drinker knows its temperature. The flaws you see in others are often a mirror of the work still unfinished in yourself. So loosen stubbornness. Look with tolerance. Respect people. Be grateful to friends for support and grateful to opponents for strengthening you. Even those who trouble you may be teachers in disguise, revealing where your pride is tender, where your patience is thin, where your boundaries are unclear. Human suffering often springs from greed, anger, and delusion. To live happily, lessen craving and accept imperfection as part of being human. Knowing enough is a key that opens the gate to ease. Life is not a contest for prizes. It is a path where meaning is understood step by step. What matters is not only the reward at the end, but what we learn and feel along the way. Many people wake up only when the breath is nearly gone. So learn to live inside the present pulse, inside each breath, rather than merely existing. When a problem seems unsolvable, the first task is simple. Put the heart down. Settle into stillness. Stop forcing thought. In that quiet, a workable solution may appear, suddenly, gently. This is the power of calm. Overthinking tightens the nerves, burns the mind, and invites illness. Everything we have is temporary. When things go well, enjoy them, because they will pass. When things go badly, don't despair, because that too will pass. When you feel stuck, pause, smile, and tell yourself, this is a bend in the road, not the end of the road. Sometimes, reflecting on death and life's fragility gives us courage to step away from shallow pursuits. It clarifies what is worth our time. If you had only one day left, would you still rush for meaningless victories? Would you still hoard resentment like treasure? Would you still be careless with your body, cold to those near you, stingy with kindness? Or would you choose a calm morning at home, a simple meal with family, a longer look into your children's eyes, a gentler word to your parents, a sincere apology you've delayed? Near death, even the hardest heart warms. Gains and losses, ambition and hatred fade. Much suffering is not born from life itself, but from our habit of calculating advantage and disadvantage, craving tightening its grip. No one can rescue us from that suffering except ourselves. Life carries many burdens, but we may choose which burdens to lift and which to lay down. The way out of the nightmare is awakening. The way to loosen misery is letting go. Sometimes, not getting what you want is a hidden blessing. Many no's are protection. Many delays are mercy. When life hands you a sour lemon, don't fear it. Use it to cook or squeeze it into cool water. With a closed mind, lemons become bitterness. With an open heart, they become refreshment. The taste is chosen by the one who drinks. One great sorrow is demanding absolute perfection from others, especially in how they treat us. When you accept the relative nature of people, mixed, unfinished, human, happiness comes closer. The world is built on interdependence between person and person, thing and thing, this moment and the next. Nothing is entirely independent. Nothing is absolutely flawless. Remove prejudice and look carefully at the person you dislike most. You may find something unexpectedly lovable. Look honestly at the person you love most. you will also find faults. When you understand that nothing is absolute, you hate less and cling less. You stop imprisoning yourself in the rigid cage of must be and should be. Happiness begins when the gaze turns inward. It grows when the heart opens. A generous heart does not treat hardship as a personal injustice. It does not constantly blame fate. It stays steady, learns, improves what can be improved, and endures what must be endured. Hardship can crush the timid, but it can also forge courage. Every obstacle can become training in patience, endurance, and quiet strength. So keep humble, speak less, don't meddle in useless drama. In adversity, lift your head. In comfort, remain awake. When you succeed, don't boast. When you are capable, don't belittle others. Comparing people injures hearts. Comparing possessions teaches us to discard what once mattered. If you seem too clever, others grow wary. If you demand perfection, conflict multiplies. If you are arrogant, people drift away. Don't chase victory in arguments until you lose your kindness. Be gentle even when you are right. Strength without tenderness may win a moment and lose a life. Treat work not as punishment, but as art. Meet it with a brighter spirit, and it will return a quieter joy. To live one more day is already a blessing. Cherish it. Life is only a few decades. Don't spend them on actions that will poison you with regret. Let the sun rise from the eastern sea and sink behind the western mountains. A sad day passes, a happy day passes. Either way, it becomes yesterday. If you can release petty gossip and shallow disputes, your life grows lighter. When you can loosen the past, cherish the present, and greet the future with a smile, you stand on higher ground within your own life. The most frightening kind of aging is not wrinkles. It is losing the will to grow. You may not change your outer form, but you can refine your inner character. When temperament changes, life changes with it. In relationships, kindness, warmth, and honesty still lead to good outcomes. Sometimes the strongest people are quiet. When misunderstood, they do not rush to explain. When criticized, they do not fight. When slandered, they do not struggle in the mud. Their silence is not weakness. It is trust that time will reveal truth. Silence can heal more than pouring out every grief. It is also a mark of maturity. So choose sincerity and speak plainly. Lies may patch a moment, but only genuine care heals the root. Choose kindness, not because you are naive, but because you understand goodness is close to our original nature. Choose to play dumb sometimes, not because you are foolish, but because you refuse to spend your spirit on petty injustice, and because giving others one more chance can be a noble strength. Choose to yield, not because you are inferior, but because one step back can open oceans and sky. The source of happiness is how we think about people and events. Practice these ways of seeing. When others mock your flaws, smile at your imperfections. This is confidence. When your view differs from others, don't force agreement. Live without harming yourself or others, and keep your conscience clear. Accept that life is not perfectly fair, and keep walking anyway. Learn contentment with what you have, so your days are less tense. Don't expect others to deliver happiness. Dependence breeds disappointment. Love life and people without bargaining for returns, and the heart becomes free. Everything gathers and disperses. There is formation, there is dissolution. Clinging to permanence creates pain. But when you absorb impermanence, you begin to live more tenderly. You become less ruthless with your time, less harsh with your loved ones, less impatient with your own imperfect progress. You realize the universe gives and the universe takes back, not as punishment, but as the natural rhythm that allows life to be shared again. Joy and suffering arise from the mind and return to the mind. As the mind is, so the world appears, and so the practice is simple, though not always easy. Return again and again to the essentials: a clear heart, a steady conscience, a humble posture, a warm hand, a life that does not require endless drama to feel alive. Life is brief, but it is wide. It contains storms and calm, arrival and departure, loss and renewal. The world will not always be kind, and people will not always be fair. Yet we still have one profound freedom: the freedom to choose our attitude, to choose our conduct, to choose what we carry and what we set down. Let comparison fall away like an old coat. Let resentment loosen its fingers. Let pride learn to bow. Learn to forgive, not because others always deserve it, but because your heart deserves peace. Learn to act with sincerity, not because it guarantees reward, but because it makes your life clean. Learn to simplify, not because the world becomes simple, but because your spirit needs space to breathe. And remember, as long as there is a tomorrow, today is always the perfect place to begin again.